Alrighty, so today we're going to be going over your syllabus and expectations for the first part of the lesson on what is expected of you to succeed in chemistry. So in your Canvas account here, you do have the syllabus embedded as well as the expectations embedded. I did load those up on separate pages just so I can view them a little bigger with you. So to start, we're going to go over the chemistry syllabus. My email is attached there as well as our Canvas website, so you can give those to your parents if they ever need to reach out to me or need any help. I kind of already talked about what we're going to be going over in chemistry in the previous unit, so I'm going to skip that as well. In this class, your tests and quizzes and some lab reports are going to be worth 75% of your grade, whereas activities, classwork, and homework is going to be worth 25% of your grade. It is very important to do well on tests and quizzes due to this large discrepancy in grades, as they do have a large weight in your grade. Textbooks, we will be using a textbook in this class just to model the curriculum after. I generally won't teach directly out of a textbook. I won't have you do a lot of textbook reading or practice problems directly out of the textbook, but as online learners, you will have access to that. I will be providing some to Miss Ayako for you to come and pick up and bring home, so that in case you do want to do some extra reading, in case you don't understand something or do some extra practice problems, you have access to that. I'm going to skip some of this just because it doesn't apply to you. Late work is very important in this class. Chemistry is a class that builds upon itself. So what we do on day 1, you need to know on day 2. What we do on day 3, you won't understand if you don't understand what we did on day 2. So it's important to turn your homework in on time, because it's pointless if you don't understand one thing and you get to the next and then you're going to be lost and confused and angry. So late work does have a penalty in my class. If you turn something in one day late, it does have a 20% grade reduction. So the highest grade you could get is an 80. And if you turn in something over 1 day late, so 2 or more days, it will be a 50% grade reduction. And I'm going to be pretty firm on this. I will have some leniency the first week or 2 of school, just because you're getting used to this online learning, but after that, you need to have your work in on time. In addition to those grade reductions, please notice here, you have until the unit test to complete missing work. What that means is if you miss assignment 3 in unit 1 and we get to the unit test for unit 1, you did the test and we're into 2 weeks into unit 2, you cannot turn in anything from unit 1 anymore. Unit 1 is done, it's lost, it's forgotten, you cannot turn anything in. So all missing work must be in by the end of the unit. If that doesn't make sense, make sure you reach out, please. I'll talk about academic dishonesty in a little bit. And then gradebook will always be on PowerSchool. I generally don't always look at a syllabus to write my rules, so what I use in my class is a list of expectations, and those are expectations that I can expect of you and that you can expect of me. Some of these aren't going to necessarily apply to you, so just skip over the ones that are in-class learners, and please focus on the ones that apply to online learning. So I'm going to go down to the grading policy. You yourself are responsible for completing all your homework to the best of your ability every night. You will have a decent amount of homework in this class. Chemistry is a very math-based course, and in order to succeed, you have to do a lot of practice problems. So you will have a lot of practice problems at home. I mean, your whole class is at home because it is online. So make sure you're doing your homework and turning it in on time. With that, you are not copying homework from your classmates. It is a lot easier than you think for me to notice if you are doing that. So please do your own work. If you aren't doing your own work, you won't succeed on the test, you won't succeed on the quizzes, and your grade will suffer. Homework is generally due the day after I assign them in class. So if I assign something on an A day on a Monday, it is going to be due A day on Wednesday, and so forth, unless I otherwise tell you. Here, homework is also generally credit or no credit in my course. Because this is such a math-heavy class, I'm not going to dock you on the on the learning process. If you are trying your best in attempting the homework, you will generally get an A. If you are getting everything completed, getting everything done on time, you will get a 100% completion grade. We will correct homework in class. You can ask questions on it. I'll post all the answer keys online for you to view. But if you are giving an attempt, you will get an A on the homework. With this year I am going to have some homework check quizzes. So what that'll mean is maybe you turn in the homework for Wednesday. Instead of me checking the homework completion that day, I might give you a 2-question quiz. one of the questions on the quiz might be a question from your homework that you already completed. So it'll reward you for doing your homework because you already have the answers. Make sure that you're checking the week in preview every class period for anything that's due, any extra information and test dates that are coming up. Another thing, review sheets. For a test, I will always give you a review sheet, and the review sheet is due the day before the test. This is different than most other classes. You need to have your review sheet in the day before the test so that we can grade it, and you have the answers to study for the test. Lab write-ups. So lab write-ups, warm-ups, any little quizzes, any mini posters, all need complete sentences. All of them. All the time. Complete sentences. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Make sure you're on our Canvas page. Make sure you're checking Canvas regularly. And this is a big thing. Just because you are an online learner does not mean you are exempt from being a good citizen and being a good student and listening. If we have any issues with discipline or work being turned in, I will contact Mr. Fisher and he will address it with me. Some specific expectations of online learners. I won't always post daily announcements, but if I do, please make sure you're checking the announcements daily, just in case there is one. If there's any differences in homework, if there's any differences in lessons, check those, please. Make sure if you're an A-day student, you're always logging in on your A-day to check your homework that is due every class period of a A-day. Make sure you're looking at the week in preview, keeping up to date with it. I'm not going to hear the excuse of I didn't know what was due because it's posted on the week in preview, it's posted on the calendar, and posted in the modules. So there's no excuse for you not knowing what was due and when. If you are confused, if you're struggling, if you need help, reach out to me as soon as possible. Unless it's a weekend, I will generally reply to your email within a day or two. I'm very punctual with replying to emails because I know I like when people are punctual to me. So please reach out for help if you need it, and I will get back to you. Make sure you're submitting your work on time. Make sure you're to completion. And as well as that, make sure you're looking at old assignments. Generally, once you turn something in, I will always grade that. And also leave comments on things you need to work on, things you need to improve, things you're doing well. So make sure you look at those and don't just forget about them. Some expectations you can have of me. I will return labs and tests within a week of them being turned in. I'll always have the week in preview up to date on a Sunday night. And I will always push you to think like a scientist. This class is going to be a little more difficult being in an online setting as I won't be able to be there at all times helping you and assisting you through things. So make sure you're also pushing yourself to be a rigorous learner. One more thing, I do recognize this class is a community of, of diverse learners with many different strengths, skills, backgrounds, talents, and they're needed for our class to thrive. So just because you are an online learner doesn't mean your opinion doesn't matter. You are just as part of this chemistry course as you would be if you were in this class. So make sure you reach out to me when you have ideas and thoughts and whatnot. As well as this, I do want to elaborate that your class will look different than the in-class chemistry course because you will be doing a couple different activities, different things, because you don't have access to as many things as we do here in school. Please don't be upset by that. So things will be different, but you will still be having the same expectations. If you have any questions on those expectations, please let me know. If we go back to Canvas and scroll down in your assignment tab, you can see here that there's an agreement you need to sign. Please make sure you type directly in here your full name. If you click yes, it means you're agreeing to the syllabus and the expectations I just went over with you. If you click no, I am going to reach out to you to see why. In order to move forward in this class, you will eventually need to agree to those. So if you have any disagreements, please reach out and let me know. And then lastly, is there anything I should know to help you better succeed in chemistry? This could be as simple as, oh, I ask a lot of questions, or oh, I'm a visual learner. I like to do a lot of reading. What is going to help me help you succeed? If you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, have a great day and move on to your next assignment for the day on Phenomenon. Thank you.